Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be providing a long-term update for Cardano. I'll be looking at this very key support level right around 41 cents, the resistance along the 20 and 21 weekly moving averages, some other areas I'm watching, as well as the ADA Bitcoin ratio. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, feel free to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. This channel is partnered with the cryptocurrency exchange FTX.us. So first, I just want to start off by focusing on this area around 41 cents. Now, this is going to be an extremely key area for Cardano, and this is an area the bulls really do need to defend. So, reason why this is important is because if we go all the way back to 2018, this was a longer term lower high. So we had the first initial peak in January around $1.40, the big move back down, and then notice this was the dead cat bounce, the area where Cardano made it all the way back up to, ultimately forming these longer term lower high. This was the level of resistance for Cardano all the way back in that previous cycle. And then from there, again, we had that big move down, further continuation of the bear market until eventually we retested it right here in January of 2021, and it was still resistance. So you can see this massive move up, 3 green weekly candles coming right up into this region, and then we did have a correction on this move in January, taking us from around 40 cents back down to around 28 cents. So this was continued resistance even in 2021, and then you can see this has acted as support ever since we retested this level all the way back in May. So as of right now, we have had several retests of this region, but Cardano has not yet lost this as support on the weekly candles. Now, as of right now, Cardano is below that area around 41 cents, but do keep in mind that the weekly candle does not close for several more days, and a lot can happen until we actually do get that close. So there's no confirmation yet, and we could still have a weekly candle coming back above, closing above this region, and this would still be holding as support. Now, that being said, if Cardano really does start to come back below this region and the next several weekly candles close under this area, then we will no longer have held this as support. And in fact, the next major area of support I'm going to be watching out for is this region right around 20 cents. Now, the reason this is going to be very important is because if we go back to the previous cycle once again, that was the first lower high right here in May of 2018 at 41 cents. The next lower high is going to be that region right around 20 cents. So you can see Cardano came right up to this level and had a big rejection from this point, continued down during the rest of the bear market. And again, if we go right here to 2020 on the move back up, this is where Cardano found resistance. There were several weekly candles coming up to this region. This was the consolidation where the resistance was held. And then eventually when ADA did break above this level, that's when we went right up to this next resistance around 41 cents. So that is the support further down from here if we do start to break down. But again, we have not as of this moment. We still need confirmation, which will come in the next few weekly candle closes. Now, in terms of resistance, we've got these two moving averages I talked about earlier, the 20-week simple moving average and then the 21-week exponential moving average. So you can see throughout the bear market, this has acted as a very strong level of resistance. This first rejection right here happened in January earlier on in this year. We had another rejection, this next lower high right on in April, came up to this level, rejected, and then formed lower lows. And then you can see we've had two rejections in the past few months, one right here in August, another in September. And ultimately, ADA has not been able to get back above these ever since first initially losing it back in November. So that is a very significant, very telling sign for me, the fact that we have been below these moving averages for almost 1 year now, with 4 key rejections right along these. So this is going to be a very important level that the bulls do want to see reclaimed, and if Cardano can start to break back above these, that will be one of the signs I'm looking for to start getting bullish on ADA for the longer term. So now I'm going to switch over here to the ADA Bitcoin ratio, and this, in my opinion, is going to be an extremely important pair to watch for, because it's showing us the opportunity cost of Cardano. It's showing us its performance with respect to Bitcoin. And I say this for all the altcoins. You do want to see your altcoin outperforming Bitcoin because they typically tend to take on higher risks. So for ADA Bitcoin, I'm really going to be looking at this level right around 1700 satoshis. Now, this was a previous area of support back in 2018, going back to that last cycle. Notice how this was a pivot point. Cardano bounced pretty significantly off of this region. And again, back in that time frame of 2018, this resulted in a 150% rally. So very strong support held off this region. And then ultimately, when Cardano did break back below this, there was a very strong rejection, flipping this from support in February of 2018 into resistance in April of 2019. And then from there, we had a very significant rejection once again, taking us down about 77% in just the following 19 weeks. And then this area also acted as resistance right here in 2020. Notice how in July, big move right up into the resistance and then big rejection back down, forming this longer term higher low. So this area has been the support ever since that move back down in May. You can see that on the ADA-USD pair. Again, this initial capitulation, this is where ADA Bitcoin found support, started to bounce off of and started to outperform Bitcoin. It does seem to me that there is a very likely chance we do have another retest of this at some point, or at the very least, a move back down to print some sort of longer term higher low. So in the next few months, look to see if Cardano against Bitcoin can start to have a really positive looking structure develop where maybe we do have a double bottom and bounce off of that. Or again, if we do have the scenario where we have a higher low, that would be bullish as well. What we don't want to see for the bull case is this level lost and then flipped into resistance. Because if that happens, then I would start to target some of these areas down from here, say at the 800 Satoshi level. So I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. Once again, this channel is partnered with FTX.us. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you in the next one.